A good Saturday to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth with WKRG News 5. Breaking news in the tropics. We now have Tropical Depression 14 centered in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Maximum winds are at 35 miles per hour. Barely any movement with this. North-northeast at 3 miles per hour. And the minimum central pressure is now 1,007 millibars. This is an area that we have been watching for the last couple of days. And now a very clear area of low pressure has formed on the western Gulf of Mexico. We're seeing thunderstorms developing around what appears to be a well-defined center. We've got some banding features starting to show up here. So the National Hurricane Center has classified this as a tropical depression. Let's take a look at the forecast track, and this is expected to quickly become Tropical Storm Milton by tonight or early Sunday. From there, expected to become a Category 1 hurricane by Monday, and now expecting a Category 2 hurricane sitting just north of the Yucatan Peninsula. It'll start to pick up speed after Tuesday as it starts to feel the influence of a trough, but this is not good news for the Florida Peninsula, an area that is continuing to clean up from Hurricane Helene less than 2 weeks ago, and this is going to be another big system coming in anywhere from Florida's Big Bend all the way down to the Keys, but we're really watching closely the Tampa Bay area, Sarasota areas, and down towards Fort Myers for some significant impacts, some rain, wind, and again, some storm surge coming as well. So the key takeaways for our part of the Gulf Coast regarding Tropical Depression 14 is that this will become Milton, a hurricane, as well as it moves through the south-central Gulf of Mexico. More problems for the Florida Peninsula. Now, there is a cold front that comes through the northern Gulf Coast on Monday, and this will sort of act as a big block, keeping the system away from the Alabama, Mississippi, and northwest Florida Gulf Coast. We will see some minor impacts next week in the form of high surf, some rip currents as well, and with the strengthening high to the north and this likely hurricane sitting in the Gulf of Mexico, that'll create a tight pressure gradient where we could see some strong gusty winds through the middle of the week. So again, not the news that the folks in the Florida Peninsula want, but this will stay, the overall impacts to our stretch of the Gulf Coast will be minor. We'll continue to keep our eyes on what will soon be Milton, as well as the other systems spinning out in the Atlantic Basin over the next couple of days.